I was talking to you about Humphrey. I don't know if it's on the actual podcast, but we were talking about Humphrey Malinga as one of the guys that for me is like a standout guy. Zambian kid, tall, good looking, deep voice, like comes with this, like he embodies a warrior. Like you feel small next to him. He's just proud and there. And I think someone like that, who when he fights, he's trying to punch a hole through the canvas. His last opponent, literally, he missed 2 shots in a ground and pound situation. He hit the canvas, but he didn't hold back his punches. I mean, he hit the canvas like he was trying to break through. I was like, wow, that's like crazy. Someone like that comes out of the blue now.
Yeah.
And we find maybe 5 of those, I'd say 5 of those a year, and maybe guys that are really, that can be built up. We get 1 or 2 a month. That are like, okay, cool. We can start working with this guy because the gyms are getting better.
Yeah, I could look at Shadrach Nsua as well. He's another one.
Shadrach,
I mean, yeah, those the first 2 fights.
He doesn't even. It's so funny. I changed opponents on him recently. Okay.
Yeah.
No, I beat him.
Yeah.
I even wanted to give him Diego Bandu, who's moved to CIT and would have been a lot more insane for him to fight. And he was like, oh, okay. Doesn't matter to him. He's convinced. He feels like he's never going to lose. And it's funny, when I'm around him, I almost feel like the same thing. I'm like, who am I going to get against this guy that's going to be competitive?
Yeah.
Because I need that guy.
Yeah.
I need to find that guy. And he's just like, just going to smoke everyone.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to do.
He's a unit himself as well. And he fights at 85.
I mean, he's got a back on him, like, because he's like a triangle. You stand at the back when they're doing the weigh-ins, and he's posing, like, shit.
Yeah, and he's like a killer when he has to fight, but he's like a nice guy outside as well.
He's a gentleman,
and his attitude is so positive. Like you said now as well, he's like, I chatted to him a couple of times I spoke to him at ADCC and everything, but like, he just has a can-do attitude.
Yeah,
like you say. I mean, like even if he might be carrying a slight injury or whatever, he'll just be like, "No, I'll get through it.
Easy.
No, I'll be fine to go. No, I'll smoke the soak. I'll do that." You know, so those are people you need.
You talk about talent across Africa. I'm part of this group, MMA, the Afrique or whatever. It's like a random group I was joined to by some of the managers up in Africa, and it is like Ivory Coast, Senegal. There must be a representative on this group, or 2 or 3 of them from every nation in Africa, every country, and on a regular they'll post their events. And look, it's like in a field, but it's like a full-on disco happening like in the background, and then there's an MMA cage in a field, and they're like smashing each other, and you're like, what the hell? And they're getting the jits and they're getting the wrestling right, and we've always been inherently warrior-like, or not. I mean, like the African nation has always been inherently warrior-like, and now you've got a situation where they are trying to really grow their individual promotions within Africa, and that is another step in the right direction for us, because not only are we pooling from management or camp gyms that are former kickboxing, we're going
organizations now.
Oh, well, hang on a second. You represent Ivory Coast and you're having a show out there. Bring out a guy. We've got a guy, this Morel is his name. He's fighting in December from the Ivory Coast. From Islands,
Canary, no,
Reunion Islands.
Reunion Islands. Okay,
Reunion Islands, still part of Africa.
Yeah,
but we're getting guys from all over the place. And this WhatsApp group, it's just non-stop talent. If I say, guys, I'm looking for a middleweight,
50 messages.
Yeah, or Mr. Phone me. Cool, we get on the line, and I'm like, okay. The only issue is barrier to entry with visas and things like that is a problem.
Do you guys think you spoke a couple of years ago, I think, about doing events in Africa? Do you guys think you'll still look at doing something like that?
We are trying to put a deal together now with guys that will allow us to do that.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Because how we've been going about it as maybe being, the wrong way around. And what it takes is this is an African business structure, so we need to do things properly. And we need to get into a position where the country backs you, because if you're in with the country, you pretty much have a in. And I think so many, not just our business, but so many African countries would benefit from having the best show in Africa show up, put on great fights, have your guys compete against guys from all over Africa. And there may even be a reality show. And this is kind of this, I'm jumping around from one thing to the other, but I brought on a new assistant matchmaker, Ashley Calvert, he used to fight for us. So he's hung up his gloves to assist me in communicating with athletes, helping build fights. And it's really been cool to kind of pass a lot of that over to him, which means that I'll have a lot more time to build out awesome stuff within the business,
expansion,
and reality shows and things that could possibly be that segue to an African show and multiple African shows, which I think it's got to happen within the next year.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that clip, I've got another one for you over here and over here. Please don't forget to subscribe over here and have a look at my other socials down in the description box below. Thanks for watching.